Right, so the Mazda is back from the MOT. We did pass without advisories, but this headlights doesn't look well, and I'll just give it a quick refurbishment. I will be using my lacquer and sandpaper method. I know there are other methods people are doing it, but I just like this. And the wheels all finished. They came up really nice. Can't complain. Really good condition. I mean, it's not professionally done, but looks really well. So this is what we want to be presentable, to look good for the new customer. Let's put it with the front inside the garage now, and let's get going with the headlights. Oh, by the way, the Mini Cooper is gone. It's been sold. We did have an inquiry on this Seat yesterday, but obviously I think the season of time wasters still didn't end up, so yeah, people didn't turn up. Here's the wheels from the Kia, which I didn't took the whole footage yesterday because it was a lot of footage to film. And yeah, this ones came really nice as well. I mean, way up much better than the ones on the Mazda, but they weren't that bad anyway. So this ones give us less headache to do them. We just scuff them, give them a bit of a sanding, and that's it. We just paint them back on. So let's get going with the Mazda. Right, so always use masking tape, protect the paint, don't make your life harder because if you're gonna break down the lacquer on that side, you might be breaking down all the way to the paint, then it obviously will need the painting, or you can just mask it, make your life easier, and do the job well. So first step, I'm gonna use this Mirka Gold Flex soft sandpaper. I will start in dry with the 240, then I will go with a 400 grit, same thing with the 400, P400. Then I will just finish up with the 800, and then I'll add some panel prep and just put the lacquer down over it, and it's gonna be like new. Right, so we just went down with the 240 grit. As you can see now, it's like really fogged and completely fogged, and looks scratched and stuff like that. Right, so now we're gonna go down with the 400 just to take some of the scratches down, and then we're gonna wipe it off with alcohol or panel prep or whatever. You can use anything that acts as a degreaser, and then after the 400 grit, we go down to the finishing grit, which is P800. You will see on the way that we're still gonna look foggy at the end, but the idea of it is to take all the scratches off, to sand the surface as clear as possible. I mean, not clear, just to get rid of the scratches, you know, for the sanding to be as fine as possible. You know, that's the main idea of it. So now I just finished up doing the 400. As you can see, the sanding marks are not that visible anymore, but they're still here, you know, so you can go again if you feel it. It's not really necessary to do it, but if you want to do it, you can do it. Now I think I'll go with the 600. I said I'll just jump straight to 800, but I'll just use the 600 as well, just to make the marks, the sanding marks, even smaller, even thinner. Then I can go with a 800 just to make it like a perfect flat surface. Right, so we went down with the 600, same on dry, and now we just, by touching it, you can feel like it's more fine to touching, more refined. Anyway, it's still foggy, obviously, and you can see still some sanding marks are still visible down there. So now I'll just change arms, and I'll just go with wet sanding with the P800, and yeah, I'll do it like a bit more time, many times, like maybe 4 or 5 passes, and let's see how it's gonna end up at the end. You know, if it's needed, you might go down again, maybe 600, if there's still some scratches left or sanding marks. But overall, I did this thing before, so I didn't have any issues, you know. But you never know. As I said, this is my method. I know it's easy to polish them, but on the condition of these headlights, you wouldn't be able. You might be just use 2 pads until they're done, and still not gonna be polishing perfectly, and you still gotta waste a lot of time. So this method, I think, is quicker, takes less than an hour if you know what you're doing, and it's more efficient, and also it's gonna be more durable in time. So now I just went around with heat gun a bit, just to be sure that the surface is clean and dry, because if you catch up any water underneath the locker, it's gonna make like small bubbles and stuff. It's not gonna look good, you know. I'm using the same lacquer as I'm using for the wheels, because it's clear lacquer, does the job, does what it has to do. I mean, it just keeps the surface safe, protects the surface for a while, you know, for all them stones and stuff like that, you know. It's gonna keep a better surface, and also it stops corrosion for maybe a year or 2. It all depends. So now I just added a small dusting coat, just to make adhesion for the proper lacquer, and I'll just leave this one to dry a bit. I'll just use my heat gun, you know, because the weather is not quite with us. And yeah, this is how it should be looking on the dusting coat. And then when we'll dry up a bit more, we go with the second coat, still in a bit of the dusting way, just to cover all the spots and everything. And then we're gonna dry this one up, and then we're gonna go with a full coat to cover all the surface. So what can I say? This is the final coat. There are some scratches visible if you're paying attention, like really carefully. You can still see them, but it's not. I mean, it's nothing. No one will see it if you didn't know this, we used to be there. But it came up amazingly well, really presentable and nice, ready for the new customer. So I'll leave that one to cure till tomorrow. Most likely it's gonna have a bit of an orange peel due to the weather, as I said, and yeah, small spots of water just coming over. That's why I use the heat gun, and I'm actually using it at a maximum temperature, which I think is about 350 degrees Celsius, because keeps the surface hot as well. I mean, you have to keep the distance and just move it fast around it so you don't melt anything, but the surface being hot, it's got a better adhesion when the lacquer goes down on the surface as well. It creates a better bonding. And also, if you have any like water spots in like weather like this today with a lot of humidity, saves your ass a bit, to be honest, because if the water goes on, it's gonna be this small spots here, which, yeah, are a bit visible, and there's nothing I can do about it, to be honest, because, well, this is the weather. So yeah, I work how I can. Maybe soon, when we're gonna build our new unit, will be a better surface, better space to do the work. But yeah, let's get going with the second one. Right, so this is it for now. We done both headlights, but the problem is we're a bit fucked because outside is raining, and I'll have to leave the car outside, and fingers crossed nothing will happen to the lacquer, but if something happens I can just easily sand it down again with like 1000 grit, level it and just polish it, and it's gonna be like this. So yeah, that'll be enough for this video. See you next time with more content, probably with some inside valeting or some into I don't know, some polishing. Let's hope this bloody weather gets better as well, because I had enough personally. So yeah, see you next time, take care.